Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we are going to be creating our password helper. Okay, so password helper is basically going to be another class that's going to help us access Keychain. So it's going to sit on the top of Keychain wrapper, so we don't have to basically we don't have to handle those accounts and services and stuff wherever we are calling to save our passwords. We just have to call the functions to save password, and accounts and services and all the keychain related details can be wrapped into a class that can actually pass that information, and similarly for retrieval of the password. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to create a brand new file here, and you're going to create a Swift file, and I'm going to call this one password helper. All right, and you're going to create a class like so. Okay, we're going to create a couple of private variables, and those are going to be basically to store account and service names. Now, account name, you can choose anything that you like. It's basically just a string, but it has to be consistent because it's going to be needed to retrieve your password, because we're going to be saving under that account and service within Keychain. Right, so that's going to be our service name, and then we're going to create a static variable, and we're going to call this one is password blank, which is going to be of type boolean. It's going to be a computed property, and it is going to return the password. So before that, we need another function, so another static function, get stored password, and this guy is going to return a string. It's going to return an actual password, and we're going to call our keychain wrapper here, and we're going to call keychain wrapper instance object, and we're going to call get generic password for account and service, and return that password. Okay, and this is going to be try optional, otherwise we're going to return empty. Okay, and what we're going to do here is we're going to just simply say get store password is equal to blank, which means if the password is empty, is password blank is going to return true. So that's going to be the computer property that we're going to use to check in certain places within our app. Okay, next we're going to create an update function. So static func update stored password, and this is not going to return anything, but it is going to take a password string, and we're gonna create our keychain wrapper, and we're gonna call keychain wrapper dot store generic password for account, service, and password that was passed. Okay, And when we get the error, we're gonna catch the error. First, we're gonna try to cast it as keychain error, and gonna print otherwise. Gonna have a generic catch all catch, which is going to simply say like so. Okay, so that is going to be basically our update password. Let's go ahead and build. So everything builds. That's great. Now we need another helper function that's gonna validate the password. So the password that is provided by the user and the password that is stored, we're gonna compare those two to see if the passwords are same or not. So we're gonna say static func validate password. All right, and this is going to return a boolean, and we're simply gonna get the current password and return password is equal to current password or not. Okay, now we also need a way to change password, so we can simply say static func change password current password first and new password, and this is going to report back if there's basically if the update was successful or not. So first validate password, otherwise if validation is successful, update with new password and return true. Okay, there's one more function. This is the last one. We're gonna need a functionality to delete password, and we are simply gonna have that. And we're gonna print the errors localized description. All right, so let's go ahead and build one more time, and that completes our password helper. So once again, you have account and service. Those are two static strings that we have created, so we can use the same string throughout our password service. And then we created is password blank, which is simply gonna check if the stored password is blank or not. You have get stored password that actually queries the keychain wrapper and basically gets the password for the given account and service. Update password is basically to update and stored password, and Then you have validate password, which actually validates if user has entered the correct password or not. You can change password. So change password actually first calls the validation and then calls the update. So those two functions are going to be used and combined in that. And then last but not the least, a delete password, which is going to help us delete password that's stored in Keychain. Okay, so with that we are to the end of this video. In the next video we're gonna start working on our UI and putting together our app together. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.